Hi guys, this is your host and host Suhail Mathur, and I welcome you to a brand new episode of Superstars with Suhail, where the questions will be sharp and the responses hopefully sharper. And the superstar over here today with us is a lady of varied talents. Not only is she a best-selling children's book author, not only is she a best-selling cookery book author, she's also on her way to writing the next best-selling romance. And guess what? She's already written two national best-selling true paranormal books, and that's not all. She is possibly India's first, or definitely one of India's first women in the field of paranormal investigation. So if you are as intrigued as I am after mentioning all these things, please welcome the very endearing and a dear friend of mine, Miss Meghna Porwal. Meghna, hi, how are you?
Hi, thank you so much for that wonderful intro, Sohail. Thank you so much for having me on your show well.
It's a pleasure. So I'll tell you very quickly about our show. So our show has 13 segments, and you just need to promise us three things. Number one, you will be quick and fast. Number two, you'll be frank and honest. And number three, nothing that comes your way should shock you. So with all those three things firmly in place, let's begin with our fourth segment, which is called Pehli Pehli Baar Hai. So now, Meghna, in Pehli Pehli Baar Hai, we actually chronicled the first of our authors, and you just have to tell us the responses with some background history so that our viewers are able to make head or tail of it. So without further ado, I'm going to ask you 5 questions, and here comes the first of your first crush.
Oh, my best friend's brother's best friend.
Oh, very close in relation. Okay.
Very close.
So when was this, and did you ever tell that person, and what happened thereafter?
Yeah. This was, I think, when I was in the 11th or 12th standard.
Okay.
I think I was barely about 15.
Sure.
At that time. So yeah, he knew. I had told him about it, but it did not really go that far because then after he finished his school, he moved to Delhi then.
Oh,
and after I finished my schooling, I moved to Bombay. So that just went off then.
Oh, alright, no worries. But his loss entirely, as we can make out. So, alright.
But we are friends.
You're friends.
We are friends. We say hi.
Alright.
Yeah.
Nice, that's great. Okay, your first salary and how did you spend it?
My first salary was when I was doing part-time job. When I was doing part-time jobs while I was studying here in Bombay only.
Okay.
We used to do movie shoots as crowd.
Okay, nice.
And that time we used to get, I think, about 200 or 250 bucks a day.
Okay. And this was when? This was when? Which year, roughly? How many years ago?
Could be in 97, 98.
Okay.
Yeah, that was when I was in college. I think in my second year or third year, we had of my college. We had my sister and I. We started.
97, 98. You were in college. I thought you would have just joined school. Okay. So, okay, that's interesting. Yeah. That's something very interesting that you did. So basically, you came on television or on the big screen, and you also got paid for it. So well done.
Yeah.
Okay, your first vehicle.
My bicycle, but I was never allowed to ride my bicycle because according to my parents, I was a very rash driver at that time only when I was in school. So my sister got to ride the bicycle, not me.
Oh, all right, but nonetheless, at least you had it in your possession, and
Yeah.
that's when the possession really started from. All right. So the next one, your first literary memory.
Like reading a book?
Anything associated with literature. What would be your first or earliest literary memory?
We used to read a lot of story books, fairy tales and all when we were kids. We also had, I think, about 2 ghost story books as well. So in the night, our mother used to read it to us to make us scared so that we can just go to bed soon and sleep.
Nice.
But we had
nice.
Enid Blytons. We did grow up with a lot of Enid Blytons and Noddy. storybooks
Of course.
and fairy tales. Hans Christian Andersen, and of course all those.
I think all those books have been part of everyone's growing up here, so I think everyone can relate to it. All right, how did the idea of your first book with the bookmakers germinate? So the first book being obviously Ghost Hunter Gaurav Tiwari. So how did the idea of that book come into place?
So actually, after Gaurav passed away, Siddharth and I, we were thinking of how to give a lovely tribute to him, just record all his work. So I had a completely different idea in my mind for what we wanted to do, and I was already speaking to Gaurav's friends and his teammates and all for the idea and collecting information from them. But then Abhirup he got in touch with us because he wanted to write a book, horror paranormal sort of book, taking some real cases of Indian paranormal society.
Yeah.
So I just asked him, can we put Gaurav in the book somewhere? And that's when the whole concept of having a book dedicated to Gaurav itself and just talking about his cases came into being. And then when you came on board, which we are so lucky to have you.
No, thank you. I mean, the pleasure is all ours. I think one of the very rare things that we see in, Ghost Hunter, Gaurav Tiwari, is the fact that the three of you, and at some point of time I as well, emerge as characters in the book, which is very rare for books to have. So I think that's wonderful, and I think the kind of response the book has got is phenomenal. I think it's easily one of the highest selling horror books or books in the paranormal space that we've seen in the last few years, if not the highest selling. So kudos to you, and you've followed it up with another very successful book thereafter. So well done. And
I think it is thanks to you, because we have such an amazing agent and his company who is helping us to.
You're being very kind, but I just feel it's
but I'm genuinely telling you, if it wasn't for your guidance, I don't think the book would have been where it is today, and I don't think we would have even got that AV deal or anything as such, because we did not know when we started, we did not know where to go.
Right. But thank you so much for your kind words, and with those very kind words, we've come to the end of our first segment, which went off in a breeze, and that brings me to, our second segment, which is also equally interesting. It's called the Rocking Rapid Fire. So now, Meghna, in the Rocking Rapid Fire, I'll be asking you 10 questions, and as the name suggests, you have to answer them in A, a rocking manner, and B, a rapid manner. Right? So without further ado, here we go. A movie you saw on the sly from your parents.
I don't think I have seen anything as such. I usually always tell my mother we are seeing the movie.
All right. No, that's great. I mean, probably if somebody asked me, my response would have also been similar. So I completely understand. All right. The next one. An Indian male author or person from the literary industry that you find handsome.
Oh. Can I take your name?
You can take, I'd be more than happy. Thank you so much.
SUHAIL Mathur.
Safe answer, but obviously, thank you so much. Coming from you always is nice. The third question, commercial success or critical acclaim?
Both.
One.
I think they go. Okay. Critical acclaim.
Critical acclaim. All right. Yeah, I mean, she's already got commercial success, so she can definitely say critical acclaim. All right. Book launches or lit fest?
So I have to choose only one, right?
Yeah.
Book launches.
Okay. So, who's hotter? A man in a suit or a man in a swimming trunk?
A man in a suit.
Man in a suit. All right. An Indian actor you would like to date?
No one.
Anyone?
I'll just choose. Siddharth Malhotra.
Okay, Siddharth Malhotra. Okay, that's a good choice. Naughty or nice?
Naughty.
Okay, that's good. Movies or web series?
Movies.
Movies. Okay. Penultimate question. An Indian book you wish you had written?
I do not know. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, we'll let that pass. We'll let that pass. The last one coming up. Mind, body or soul? The aspect that impresses you the most?
Soul.
Soul. Perfect. So that's done very rapidly once again, and we've finished segment 2. And now we come to segment 3, which is called Pucho To Jane. So Meghna, in Pucho To Jane, one of the authors represented by the book bakers has asked you a question. So not only do you have to respond to it, thereafter you also have to tell who has asked that question. I'll of course be giving you 3 options and you have to give me the right answer. Now this round has a 3 idiots connotation. So if you're able to respond in the first guess, you are like Amir Khan, Rancho, topper of the class. If you respond in the second attempt, you are like Farhan, played by Madhavan, who's somewhere in the middle. And if you are unable to give the right answer, well then you're like Raju, played by Sharman Joshi, clearly at the bottom of the barrel, somewhere you would not want to be. Okay, so without further ado, let us ask you your question. And your question is a very interesting one. What if one night you turn around in your bed and find the same paranormal entity you had been investigating about the previous night? I'm not really sure whether it's a horror question or an erotic question, but nonetheless, that's the question.
So you want me to tell you who has asked this question?
First, you have to answer. What would you do if you found, an entity in bed, the one you were investigating about, and then we'll move to who's asked. So I'll give you options later.
Okay. Well, that depends on what entity I was investigating the previous night. If it's evil or something, then as a paranormal investigator, I would definitely go, oh shit, why? What are you doing here? And now what do you want?
That's
other questions.
See, so that's the response a paranormal investigator would give. I mean, most of us would run out of our bed, right? But Meghna, being the expert that she is, handles it in a very different manner. All right, Meghna. So I'm going to give you 3 options, and you have to choose who's asked you. So has this question been asked by Abhirup Dhar? Has this question been asked by Anirban Bhattacharya? Or has this question been asked by Siddharth Nirvan?
My first thought was when you said that question was Anirban, so I'm going to stick to that.
Okay, and I mean it's actually a very nice thought process, and Anirban is absolutely the wrong answer.
Oh, great! Oh my God!
The wrong answer. So you have one more option, one more chance. Is it Abhirup Dhar or is it Siddharth Nirvan?
I'm going to go with Abhirup then.
You go with Abhirup, and congratulations, because you are the Raju of the class, because that was asked by Siddharth Nirvan.
Oh my God.
That was asked by Siddharth Nirvan, and it was a Dhasu question in his language, as he keeps on saying Dhasu every time. So in Siddharth Nirvan's honor, we've asked that, and it was a fun question. And that brings us to segment 4 now, which is called Best and the Worst. So Meghna, in Best and the Worst, I'll be asking you a few of your favorite things and a few things you totally detest. So here we go. Your favorite dish?
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake, nice. The yuckiest dish you've ever had?
Anything that has fish in it.
Anything that has fish in it. Okay. But what if somebody was to give you a fish with something in it? I mean, you said anything that has fish in it, which means fish is the stuffing. But what if somebody was to give you a fish with some stuffing inside?
No, I don't have seafood at all actually. I'm allergic to seafood, so anything that is remotely, even if they said there is oyster sauce in it or fish sauce, I will say no to it.
Alright. Your favorite film?
Lord of the Rings. Oh, English or Hindi?
Any will work, that's okay.
Lord of the Rings.
Okay. And the worst film you've ever seen?
Gandhi, my father. I'm
Gandhi,
so
my
sorry.
father. Okay.
You know
And
that
why
movie,
did you find
Meghna?
it? I remember. And why did
Yeah.
you find it bad?
It was very slow and very boring.
Okay, I get
And yeah, very
Very-
boring.
it. And it was a little depressing as well, right?
Depressing. I mean, at the end of the movie, I wanted to shoot myself or Gandhi to start only and finish it up.
Okay, okay. So, keeping controversies aside, favorite actor?
Yeah. Indian or Bollywood or Hollywood?
Yeah, Indian, preferably.
Mm. Current or past?
Any is
Oh.
fine. If they're your favorite, you can mention.
Well, when I was growing up, it was Amitabh Bachchan. But now, I mean, there are a lot of good actors where I'm going to say Rajkumar Rao.
Rajkumar Rao, right? That's a good choice. The best film and the worst film of your favorite actor?
Best film. Sholay, Amitabh Bachchan was best film.
Okay.
And worst film of his was, do you remember Ajuba?
Yeah, the fantasy movie.
Yeah, that
All right.
was one of his.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Your favorite song?
Oh, actually, any song of George Michael is my favorite. But
Okay.
because we're in the Christmas season, it's Last Christmas because he passed away on Christmas Day. So I'm going to go with
Alright.
Last Christmas.
Okay. A hit or a popular song that you did not like or do not like?
I really don't know. I mean, I don't know. Sheila Ki Jawani?
That's actually a very good choice. Possibly, in my mind, I was thinking the same answer. I was either thinking Sheila Ki Jawani or a couple of songs from Pathan because they're clearly very overrated. I genuinely feel, had it not been for Katrina Kaif, in that song, if you had a different actor, or if it was a movie that was made in a very less budget with an entirely different set of actors, this song would have come and gone. So
Right.
so completely agree with you. Good choice over there. Your least favorite actor?
Least favorite actor. Okay, this is going to get very controversial. Shah Rukh Khan.
Okay. And the
Abhirup
worst
will kill
movie?
me for this.
Yeah, no, it's okay. That's fine. So you have the option of coming back as a spirit and doing another book with him. So it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So the worst movie of your least favorite actor. So Shah Rukh Khan's worst movie as per you.
You know those Karan Johar movies of his, Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna and all those kind of movies.
Okay. Fair enough.
Or maybe one of his latest movies that in Pathan and all that. I think let's go with Pathan.
Okay, let's go with Pathan. Alright, so some good, frank, honest answers coming over there. And that brings us to another very interesting round, which is segment 5, which is called Dimag Ka Dahi. So now, Meghna, in Dimag Ka Dahi, I'm going to ask you, a brain teaser. If I'm in the mood, I may just ask you one more. Okay? So let's see whether you can respond to it or not. So, considering you always discussing about spirits, paranormal, I think this might just be the perfect question for you. So, a plane crashed on the India-Pakistan border. A plane crashed on the India-Pakistan border. On which side of the border would you bury the survivors?
A plane crashed on the
A plane crashed on the India-Pakistan border. On which side of the border would you bury the survivors?
But you never told me that there were any passengers on the plane.
No, I mean, I'm telling you, on which side would you bury the survivors?
Okay,
You just tell.
assume. But they are survivors. Where will I bury them? They are alive, right?
That is correct. That is the right answer, obviously. So, you've got it. Well done. And that is the right answer, in fact. So, since you have given that as a right answer, I'll ask you maybe one more question. Alright.
Okay.
Yeah. So, एक बार एक दुकान में गूंगा जाता है, ठीक है? उसको टूथब्रश चाहिए होता है. सो वो शॉपकीपर के पास जाता है. शॉपकीपर इज वेरी इंटेलिजेंट, तो वो जाता है और उसको टूथब्रश चाहिए होता है, तो वो ऐसे करता है. सो जो शॉपकीपर समझ आता है ही नीड्स टूथब्रश, उसको टूथब्रश दे देता है, चला जाता है. थोड़ी देर बाद एक अंधा आता है, उसको चश्मे चाहिए. कैसे मांगेगा?
मुंह से मांगेगा. He'll ask him, ना. He's not. Well.
Correct answer. Okay, well done. 2-2. I think that's the best score anyone has got in this round. So well done, Meghna. Yes, well done. So I mean, obviously, you see, we've been partial to her also because we spoke. The first question was about spirits, and the second one, she's wearing spectacles herself, so she could have envisaged how she would be asking the shopkeeper for spectacles. But well done. Okay, so well done on segment 5, and now we come to segment 6, which is called Never Have I Ever. So now in Never Have I Ever, segment 6, you know the rules. I'm going to ask you 10 questions, and what you need to do, Meghna, is you need to show us your 10 fingers. Please show us your 10 fingers, and with everything that you have done, put a finger down. If you've not done something, let me know. I will move to the next one, and then let's see how many fingers remain intact. Okay?
Okay.
So here we go. Never have I ever stolen in a shop. Okay. Beaten someone from the opposite gender. Kissed someone from the same gender. Okay, very interesting. Made an excuse to not pay the restaurant bill.
No.
Okay. Stalked the profile of an ex. Alright. Got drunk at a party.
I don't drink.
Okay, fair enough. Had naughty thoughts about an office colleague.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Kissed in public.
Yes.
Okay. Used a pickup line to impress someone.
Yeah.
Alright. The last one, lied about your actual location to somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, so 8 on 10. Some really interesting things. Meghna, well done. You've got 80% of things that you've done. Some very interesting, honest confessions coming over there. Yeah, it's good to know that you've had varied experiences. So good job over there. And with those
Experience everything in life.
you should experience everything in life and afterlife.
Afterlife as well. No regrets.
Absolutely.
No regrets.
Expanding the scope of everyone's dimensions. Alright, so with that very interesting round, we come to my favorite segment, which is segment 7, and it's called Main Hu Kaun. So now, in Main Hu Kaun, I will be giving you 3 clues about a particular personality. Alright, and you have to guess who that personality is. So if you're able to guess in the first or the second clue, you get a benefit or an advantage for one of the further rounds. But if you give an incorrect response, you'll also get a penalty. So think if you would want to answer.
Oh.
If you respond on the third clue, there are no penalties, but there are no advantages either. Alright? So here we go. The first clue about your personality is known by another name eventually. I was born as Alka Nadkarni in Karwar. If you don't know, we can pass. I can move to the next.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Next.
Starting my journey as a singer, my first song was in the blockbuster hit Zanjeer, where the only line or part that I sang was just a Sanskrit verse for Jaya Bachchan. Bhaduri at that time.
Are we talking about Alka Yagnik?
Alka Yagnik is in fact the wrong answer, so you are liable for a penalty now. But a good thought. I think Alka Yagnik would have been way too young during the time of Zanjeer. But yes, I mean, while I was framing the question, I was thinking that an educated guess would be Alka Yagnik. Okay, the last option is I won 3 consecutive Filmfare Awards for Best Female Playback Singer for the films Aashiki, Dil Hai Ke Manta Nahi and Beta in 1991, 92 and 93.
Oh, Anuradha Porwal.
Anuradha Porwal, it is. This time you've got it. So, one Porwal getting another Porwal's answer absolutely correctly. That is why we asked you that question in the first place. Okay, so eventually you got it. You've also got a penalty, but since you gave the right answer, I'll see whether I want to impose that penalty on you or not as we proceed. So let's see how that goes. But well done. And now we come to segment 8, which is called Picture Abhi Baki Hai Mere Dost. So I already played this round with Abhirup when I was doing my interview with him some time back, but I don't remember the responses now. But I'll ask you first, okay? So we all know that the AV deal has been taken up, and Ghost Hunter Gaurav Tiwari has a strong possibility of coming on screen or as a web series. So my question to you is that if you had to cast yourself, Gaurav, and Abhirup, for the adaptation, who would you cast?
Okay, I'll start with Gaurav because we had Gaurav and we had a discussion about this, and Gaurav had said if ever there was a movie or anything made on him, he would have wanted Sushant Singh Rajput to play his role. But now that Sushant Singh is not there, I'm going to say for Gaurav, I would love to have Imran Hashmi on board.
Imran Hashmi. All right.
For somebody to play me, I will want Konkana Sen Sharma.
Okay, interesting. Nice, that's a good choice. She's a brilliant performer. And for Abhirup?
Abhirup, actually I never thought about Abhirup in that way. Who would play his role, but...
just say Shah Rukh Khan and make his day.
Abhirup... I'm thinking of a Bengali actor name or something, and I can only think of Rahul Bose right now.
Okay, so Rahul Bose will play. He's also a very good actor. So actually a good star cast, a very good star cast. Rahul Bose and Konkana Sen have in any case done a lot of films together, and then we have Imran Hashmi as well. So good choice. But that's how it happens if it was left to you. In our part of the world, things happen slightly differently. So what we've done is that we've created these two bowls, okay, which have chits. This has chits of actors' names. This has chits for actresses' names. What I'd be doing is I'd be swirling them, and you have to ask me to stop. The moment you ask me to stop, I'll pick out 3 chits randomly, and then you have to tell me which out of the 3 would you like to zero in on. All right? Okay. And then we'll see which actor plays whose role. So let's start with Gaurav first. Let me know when you want me to stop.
Okay, stop.
Okay, so let's take out 3. That's 1. Okay. That is 2. And okay. And that is 3. So 1, 2, 3. Which one?
Let's go with the second one.
Okay, let's go with second. So I'm putting the other 2 back. Now for Abhirup, we'll come to you post that. So.
Okay, stop.
Okay. It's 1. That is 2. And that is 3. So 1, 2, 3. Which one?
3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we are done with the guys. And for you.
Okay.
Let's start off.
Okay, stop.
Okay. So that's 1. That is 2. And 3. So 1, 2, 3. Which one?
2.
Okay. So let's see what we've got. Interesting. Okay, interesting. So, Gaurav's role would actually be played by Abhirup's favorite and your least favorite, Shah Rukh Khan.
Oh my God, no!
Shah Rukh Khan will play, Gaurav's role. Abhirup's role will be played by my favorite and your favorite son, Abhishek Bachchan. So Abhishek Bachchan will play Abhirup. Yeah, and both of them are Abhis, and Abhi will play an Abhi's role, so that's good. But clearly, the icing on the cake is the actress who's going to play Meghna's role, and she's none other than Poonam Pandey. So Poonam Pandey.
What the hell is Poonam? Who's Poonam Pandey?
You can Google her. I'm sure you'll find some interesting imagery associated with her.
And then I would drop her.
Her claim to fame initially was that she said that if India wins the 2011 World Cup, she'd do a striptease for the entire team. So that's how she came in news. No. Okay, so you can.
Okay, now I know the name. Yeah.
So interesting, but I think the movie will still do well. It'll be the first time Shah Rukh Khan, Poonam Pandey, Abhishek Bachchan, all three coming together. Of course, Abhishek, Shah Rukh have done movies, but I think it's an interesting.
Abhirup's choice was also Shah Rukh Khan.
I don't remember. I'll probably have to see the episode, but it'll air very soon, so you can also take a look at it, right? So that's interesting, and with that we move to segment 9 very quickly. We have 5 segments to go, and we have 8 minutes on the clock. So here we go. Segment 9. What would you do? So Meghna, 10 situations. You have to tell me what you would do, and here we go. What would you do if you woke up as Rakhi Sawant?
Go back to sleep.
Okay. If Urfi Javed was a fashion designer?
Switch to a different fashion designer.
Okay. If you became the PM for a day?
Change the cabinet.
Yeah. And I'm just wanting to tell you that she's talking about her ministers and not, the furniture at home. So, okay. If Sunny Leone approached you to play you in your biopic, what would you tell her?
I'll say yes.
Okay.
I like her actually.
Alright. If you had the power of invisibility?
If I had the power of invisibility, I would use it appropriately. Probably try and see if I can go to places where I need permission, and then I can just walk in all the haunted locations in the world.
Alright, perfect. If your cell phone fell in the toilet?
I will have to pick it up.
Okay. If God came in front of you?
I have so many questions.
So many questions. Okay, that's interesting. If you were swimming and someone stole your clothes?
Stay in the pool. Call for help.
How?
I'm sure there'll be other people. There has to be someone there, of course.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people to help a damsel in distress in that scenario for sure.
Of course.
Okay. So if you found yourself inside the Big Boss house?
I will try everything possible to exit the Big Boss house.
Okay, perfect. And the last one, if someone changed your gender?
No.
What? I mean, if your gender is changed, what would you do?
I don't think I will want to change. I mean, whatever women problems.
No, I mean, you don't have to. The situation is that your gender has been changed. What would you do if your gender gets changed?
I guess I just accept it and be as nice as possible. Don't be a man like all men are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So some good interesting answers coming over there, and that brings me to segment 10, which is called What Next? So Meghna, in What Next, you have to very quickly tell us what can the readers expect next from you in terms of a book in 30 seconds. Just an overview. So there is one book that you're working on currently, so just give a teaser about that.
It's a supernatural romance.
Supernatural romance, and I think that's absolutely perfect. In fact, there is this series that comes, a very popular Hollywood series, Twilight, and I thought that this was the Indian answer to that series, so I'm really looking forward to it. And with that quick and fast response, we move to segment 11, which is called Joke Time. So Meghna, as the name suggests, in Joke Time you either need to tell us a joke or you need to recount a funny or hilarious anecdote. Very quickly.
So I can't think of anything on the top of my head.
Anywhere in your head it'll do.
I can't think of anything right now. I don't know.
Joke.
Yeah, this is a joke right now because I can't think of it.
Okay, I'll tell you one just to make peace with you. So when I was in school, I read in, I think, Chanda Mama, and I'm a host right now. So they asked that why is the letter G so scary? And the answer was, well, because it turns a host into a ghost. So I think that's a perfect joke over here because we have a ghost huntress with us, and a host as well. So host of possibilities to explore. All right, so you need to thank me for that. But I will now move welcome. I'll move to segment 12, the penultimate one, which is called Zaban Sambhal. So now, Meghna, this is the one where you would incur a penalty. Okay. So in Zaban Sambhal ke, we have 6 tongue twisters lined up with us. Okay. And you have to choose any number 1 to 6, and I'll tell you what the tongue twister is. And then let me see if I would want to put the penalty or not. So you have to say it 10 times. First the number. Which number? 1 to 6. 2. Okay. So your tongue twister is पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला. पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला. So you want me to give the 10 times? Yeah. पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला. पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला. पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला. That's going to be difficult. पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला. पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला. That's a very nice one. पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला. How many times is that now? You've done 6, including 3 mistakes. So okay. But it's okay. I appreciate the spirit. So what I was at an event where this was asked, and I just broke it down. So basically, if you want to say it, you just have to rap it. It becomes like पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला यो पीतल के पतीले. So then you don't forget it. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good way to do it. Then it becomes interesting. Okay, so another fun segment, and that brings me to the last one, which is called segment 13, TBB Shoutout. So Meghna, in TBB Shoutout, you need to tell us how has your experience been working with the book bakers, although you already mentioned that in the beginning, but a short response on that, and most importantly, how did you find our show Superstars with SUHAIL? Let's start with the show first. It is absolutely amazing. Nice fun thing instead of all the regular serious stuff that we do on different podcasts and all. Correct. For a change, this is very nice. So that's a very good initiative, and thank you so much for having me on the show. Cheers. And as for you and the book bakers, I think, like I said before, if it wasn't for you in our lives, I don't think me or any of the other authors would have found this kind of a success and would have been known so much, because as you know that authors, Indian authors, not just in our country, in overseas as well, don't get that much of credibility or recognition. So I think with the work that you and your team is doing, it is so amazing that I have my full faith in you. So when I do something and I approach you guys, I just leave it on you. I said, no, SUHAIL karega. Yeah, I think we have that equation, which is very frank, and I think both of us discuss a lot of things apart from the book also, so we have that comfort level. But thank you so much for being so honest, so kind, and so fun, across this lovely session, because I had a fantastic time, and I'm sure the audiences will also. So thank you for being part of Superstars with SUHAIL. Thank you so much. And I'll be back with another brand new episode of Superstars with SUHAIL with another superstar. But till then, it is SUHAIL Mathur and Meghna Porwal signing off. Cheers, guys. Thank you so much.